From the start of 2021, we knew that year was going to be a write-off. Thankfully, however, we begin to see much more positive energies coming around on the horizon. The beginning of 2022 starts with a calm vibe, which is not the usual Aries style, but it won't last much long. The first few months' focus is to meditate and recollect yourself to get ready for the critical moments coming later in the year. You can think of 2022 as a roller coaster. More precisely, half of the year will feel like the moment you're going up and building up to something. That something will be the Mars, Uranus, and North Node conjunction, which will send us full speed into a new atmosphere of rapid change. The best advice is to make the best of the early year's fertility and abundance before this significant astrological moment happening around the summer. Like mentioned earlier, the early year will be the time to sit down with your thoughts and meditate on how far you've come thus far. 2021 was the official end of a cardinal sign-focused journey into a mutable one. You being the cardinal fire sign, will feel that reflected mostly in your career and network. You may have just stepped into new waters as far as your career is concerned, and it's still time to adjust to the changes. Considering a new job often involves new friends and new collaborators, it will be wise to continue to work on establishing strong relationships that will help you climb the ladder of your professional world. Getting involved in spiritual or religious practices may also be very beneficial from January through May. Jupiter will be transiting through your 12th house for that whole time, making the mind space a happy and comfortable retreat when times get rough. Hope will be found through a deep connection with spirit, whatever that means to you. April specifically looks like a rather auspicious month when it comes to strengthening your connection with the other realms. Maybe going on a yoga retreat will be a good or any different event where you can connect with other people with similar philosophical interests. The Jupiter transits this year will be rather auspicious to you, Aries, even when it comes to your physical health. After the planet of blessings leaves Pisces, it will enter your first house of the body and self. If you have been wrestling with any sort of physical ailments, from May of 2022 to May of 2023, it would be wise to start a gratitude practice every Thursday, since that's the day of Jupiter. This will also help out with some of the harsher transits coming later in the year. Besides, it never hurts to be grateful. Summer could be a bit of a rougher time, especially as we get closer to August. This is when the one challenging transit of the year comes in to shake things up. This will mainly affect your second house of resources and finances, so try your best to save some extra cash before August to mitigate some of that stress. You may have to skip on some fun parties since this will also be making an overcoming square with the Sun and Mercury in your 5th house. That doesn't mean that the need to go out and have some fun won't be there, it's much the opposite, and that's precisely what will make this time somewhat draining. There will still be some room for fun. You'll just have to be smart with your budget. The official last Saturn and Uranus square will also be happening right after the whole triple conjunction ordeal. This one being final will bring conclusions to many situations that may have risen last year around February regarding your friends or social network. Some bridges likely need to be burned. Still, other than the drama and bickering that can come out of these situations, this will start a new era for you. This is probably a thing that has been a long time coming, and it will feel more like a weight lifted from your shoulders. With Saturn changing signs and going into your 12th house later in 2023, it will be smart to try to make any ending alliances amicable towards the end. With that being said, October is not just all doom and gloom. The Venus Cazimi happening in your 5th house later in the month will make up for some of the lost fun and excitement from the summer. This is mostly a good transit when it comes to romance, so don't get ready to get back into the dating scene at around that time. For those of you who are already in a committed relationship, this doesn't mean that you will be breaking up with your significant other. This is, overall, one of the most positive transits of the year. With that said, this could mean that your relationship gets more robust and more intimate. Because this happens in Libra, it also implies contracts, so some of you will likely get engaged at around that time. Alternatively, pregnancy also has some good potential, anything relationship related, really. At around November, the Jupiter retrograde will take Jupiter back into Pisces and your 12th house. With that, the year could feel like a strange déjà vu from last year, albeit somewhat more optimistic. This is the time to reconcile unfulfilled goals and aspirations that were set when the year first started. Since this is happening in your 12th house, taking the time to just spend some time alone may help you find comfort. The idea here is to take the time to unwind and recenter yourself after the rougher months of the year. The end of the year will surprisingly be quite anticlimactic, given the events that precede it. Though, a little bit of normalcy won't hurt, especially after all we've been through. Take advantage of these calm waters and plan out the year ahead. 2023 will be a massive change in landscape, and so December will be a great time to get yourself acclimatized with the new world that you've built for yourself. Good luck, Aries.
Thank you so much for watching. Please give us a thumb up if you liked the video. Subscribe our YouTube channel not to miss the next video horoscope. Visit our website, go to horoscope.com, where you can find actual horoscope for today. Download our apps from Google Play and App Store to have your daily horoscope always on hand.